Hi folks, Jeff here, the 30-minute traders. That's me settled, well, at least a couple of days. I'm actually 55 today. Congratulations, Jeff. Thank you very much. Moved country from Thailand to Indonesia, currently in Jakarta. So I'm very fortunate to have a fellow trader, Ian, with me. I believe it's morning for you, Ian.
Yes, it is, Jeff. It's currently 20 past 7 in the UK.
Oh my God, way too early. So I've got a setup I'm about to show you in a moment, and it's not necessarily the way, and I've added stuff to it. I've got 3 charts, which I'll show you. I've got a bit of spaghetti at the bottom on a 15-minute. I've got a 5-minute and a 1-minute. And it's not necessarily work this way, but it's just a way that might work in the future if people are interested. You don't really need the spaghetti. I'm just testing it out. That's one of these oscillators things. I'm testing against like a normal traditional style. So I'm going to share my screen right now. Here we go. So as you know, the people are watching at home, we have here lots of people messages coming. This is the group Child 30-minute trader. So I'm going to go to a chart called AUD. This is a bit of software you can get absolutely free, or you can pay for it. Tradingview.com. People want a link to get a discount on a paid version. I just ask me and I'll give them the link. But AUD USD Ian, is this what you've been using, or gold, or something else?
No, I use TradingView.
Yes, this is TradingView.
Yeah, on AUD USD. Yeah, it's my favorite
AUD
pair.
USD. This is on the 1 minute. I'm just going to click there for a minute, and you're going to see 3 charts. Right. This is spaghetti on the bottom. That's just me testing against traditional. We have a 1 minute there, no indicators. We have a 5-minute, which is both indicators, and we have, hi, Mr. Nick, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And we have here, so we have 1 minute, 5 minutes, and a 15-minute on the right. So all the people at home that might be watching this is an open session. What we've got here, we have nothing on at the moment, but I do have both 30-minute trader settings there. And this is being recorded. So that's the 1 minute, 5 minute, and a 15-minute. Do you ever use a 15-minute, Ian?
Yes, I do. I don't sit on the 1 minute very often. I'd sit on the 5 minute most of the time. And then I look at the 15 and I look at the hour for an overall trend.
Okay. So you can see you can change yours to 5, 15 an hour. Similar type thing. If you understand what I mean.
Yes.
Like 5. So let's go back to Monday, and let's just this week. I'm going to midnight. Now I know you're in the UK, but another way to test this, Ian and Nick, or anybody else who's got access to this, who's members or non-members, that have just got the software, choose specific times of the day and take it from there. Now, for you, Ian, just so you know, because you do have access to this, go and look in the indicator, and that tells you when these alerts happen. Have you ever done that?
Yes, I have, and I set alarms to give me a 10-minute warning before those periods come around.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just check what I've got here. I'll do that again. I've got here midnight on the 29th, which is Monday, start of the week. So we've got a couple of days to go on here. Let me see if there's anybody else got here. That's fine. So I'm just going to press auto at the bottom. I'll hide these for just now and just put these out of the way, and I'm going to put auto them all to see what happens if it changes anything. So where is this time? Let's start with the higher time frame. Do it again. So that's the midnight there, and as you know, we actually have a volume burst at that time. This is the 15 minutes. So based on that there, the settings I'm showing, forget the spaghetti at the moment, right? But the spaghetti comes after the volume burst. Yeah, we have a green base, but we have a green one of these. And when it's a plain background, that's telling you it's a buy. Sorry, there. Yeah, it's still a buy. So that goes up. And its target, can you see this red thing? Ian, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Can you see this red thing above you?
Yes, I can.
So that is the target. Forget all that other stuff. Inside, this is the 15-minute. Okay. So we're going to come down for that there. So that volume burst is on Monday at midnight, 29th. I'll go here on this one. I think it's the same, it is the exact same, but I want to focus on this now. I'm trying to be really fancy pants and work on 3, but okay, where's that on? Now I've got it there. So that's it there. Okay, so that's the 15. So if you're working on the 5, that's it there. Whether you take into account this or not is up to you. Yep. That's that volume burst there. Now, if I remove all the indicators, I've got one here without. But if you remove them there, just see what's happened. So it's came up, it's hit this little red, whatever you want to call it. It's coming down, and we're looking left. It's broke through there. I'm actually feeling, for me, I feel there's too much on here, so I'm actually going to put this one on the 5-minute up here. And I'm going to look at that with 0 indicators, apart from my 30-minute direction. All the things that won't show me the past. So that's it here. Okay, so I'm looking left. So what is in here, Ian? FEG imbalance. What it's also done is came down to 50% of this wick here. That's on it's on a 5-minute, just so you know up here.
Yeah.
50% of that wick. Volume burst in there. You said something's about to happen. Does it work? Yes, it does. But rather than trust this, here's one I've appeared early. You don't trade if you don't want to get into the trade, wait to it. You have the 30-minute trader direction as well. I'll go through the settings. So you could wait for it to go the other side of the green and it to close, and then you could ride all that all the way up, and it just so happens we have a red box up here. The first target would be there.
Yeah.
Next one. Yeah, we get another one here at 2 AM, and you would do the same as check. Now you're not really interested in 1 minute, so I really don't want to. But Nick, do you ever trade on the 1 minute? Or you're a 5-minute?
Occasionally, more on the 5-minute, really.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Hi, Grant. Welcome.
Hello.
I hope you're well. I'm glad you're here because I was wanting a one-to-one with you. I've sent messages out, but you're a busy man. You're a busy man these days.
So flat out.
Yeah. Hi, the other Jeff. How are you doing? Yeah. So what I'm doing is multi-time frame analysis using the 15, the 5, and the 1 because Ian was saying he uses 3 time frames and he actually uses the hour. But for now, I'm just really going between these 2. So I'm actually going to see if I can actually close. I'm just going to actually put these 2 on, and I'm going to close this one. Okay, I'm just going to go for that because that's how I would look at it. I would look at a 1 minute and a 5-minute currently. Okay. You can ask any questions, Grant, at any time. So we just checked the 15-minute, we just checked the 1 minute, and I went back to Monday at midnight. And what we got was a nice, healthy win. Let me just check that here. Again, went up there, and you see you've got a target here going all the way along the top, and these happen in advance. Now, when you're with that, if you want to stay in the trade on a 5-minute using the update to the 30-minute with the 30-minute, these are just there to help you stay in the trade longer, so you can stay beyond that. And at that point there, hit another one of these, and it starts to test it a few times. And it just so, as it happens, we get another yellow arrow saying there's another volume burst. There, Ian, how about that? Does the volume burst get it right again? Yes, it does. But rather than just take it, wait for it to break below this green line. Your first target, if you're using that one, is there. Or on this one, as you see, I don't have it on, so I'll go to 3 AM. Go to 3 AM on this one. That's 3 AM. So we'll break through there. And we're basically, as long as it stays in it below. The reason why I added these and a couple of confirmations was because some people were struggling there was just a little bit of fear of getting in. So I said, well, what happens if we add something to the indicator that gives you a nice focus to, you can stay in the trade, and anytime you want to get out, you can, as long as it stays this side, you can. But we've also got targets. We've also got targets built into it. Yeah. So you can see, like, let's say if I get in that, so I've waited once per bar close. You can put that above there. You can put it above there. You can put it anywhere your stop loss. Previously, I've showed getting in the stop loss above there, and if we enter there, the first target would be based on that would be nearly 1%. Does it hit it the first minute? Absolutely, yes. But if you notice then, it comes down, as long as it stays, it's potential exit there. Why? Because it's crossed it, and it's space there, the space there. But if I move that to a 5 minute and do the exact same again, I move that to 3 AM. If you're looking at on a 3 minute, you could probably actually stay in the trade all the way down to the bottom, because there's lots of space, and it doesn't even really, it's really there. It starts to sort of 5 minute, you would have had a nice healthy 4%. Would that make sense to you, Ian?
Perfectly. Yeah, this has made it very clear for me, Jeff. I was a little bit confused when I first looked at the two together, but this is really clearing it up. Thank you.
Now, what it's done, we've exited, or we've got the win. Yeah, we're looking left. Now, because we're playing in the past, the original 30-minute trader doesn't show that great either for back testing. But we've hit a base, we've hit this bottom. It's notice we've got a black candle, which for most people would be red. I try and remove any red from my screen. Pick this up, we look left, we notice a bottom, we notice this black candle here and that black candle there. Yeah, so these are the lows, the last low. So that was the started coming up there. So I could just do that, and I could extend that out, and I'll just press extend, and it's the lower. And I'm not trying to be cheating. It's just to the lower. Extended that out. It whipped into it. Thank you very much. If you're staying on the 5 minute, you would do nothing until it breaks through there. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah. And
as long as it stays above that line, above the line, just staying in the trade, stay in the trade, stay in the trade. Not sure. At that point, when this actually red starts appearing, that draws on that candle, and it goes sideways, and you see this here. So you have decisions to make. Exit the trade. That's the decision you make. You can always get back in if you want it at a later date. And yet again, another healthy win. So we enter there. Stop loss would go below there. Most people say below the low. And before we know it, if we enter round about there, at the when it's flatlined, would you be disappointed with 2 wins in about, I don't know, an hour or something like that?
That'd be lovely.
Yeah. So we then go to the next one. Or we could just say, well, we're going to go to the next time of the day. So we go to Monday. You can forget that. Yes, we can see that was another win, but forget that. The indicator tells us, the 30-minute trader indicator, says there's another volume burst in the market about to hear. Hi, Anne, how are you doing? Another volume burst in the market about to appear. Missed that there. It's where's it here? So you can see everyone's a winner. So for every single one is another. We know that's a win, but we're going to forget that one. We're going to forget that. We get a volume burst in the market. Do we take it? You don't have to take every one. Now, there's certain things missing, but we notice we're above the green. It's some way we're too far from this base. If you think about a low and a high, if you think about, let me just draw a GAN box now. We've got a high here. I'll take it to the high and I'll take it to the low. Now, is anybody here Scottish, or is it just me? Is it just me?
Aye.
Aye, Blossom. Gary, are you Scottish? I know you're not. Anne, is there any Scottish in you?
Not any.
Not any. Oh, well, never mind. Okay. So
plenty of Irish.
Right. Well, Scottish ladies like, I've got to be honest, Scottish men, they like buying things when they're discounted in the bottom, but the banks like selling things when they're high. See, we've came from a high to a low. So we're buying around about the 50% of the high and low. We're going to have problems, aren't we? We're going to have problems. It could reverse it, no, but we've got this line up here. I've got this red line, and this is in advance of time. It's not like a repainting thing. It's advance of time, so it's there. So if you wanted, we have a target. As soon as it hits it. Thank you very much. And this is when it drops, but you can either stay in the trade or exit the trade there. As you can see there, but there wouldn't be much profit, if at all. It'd be around about a break even if you exited there rather than there. Would that make sense to you, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah, so pick your trades. See, just draw a little, I draw a little GAN box, or you can do a fib box, just taking the current range, just taking the current range we're in. Okay. We get, as you can see, if you took that there, you would have had a small win, maybe 1%, maybe 0.5% down there. Yeah, this is the 5 minute. So we've got this here. Again, if I take just where we came from, we've got now a new low here, and we've got, so the high, we've got the low here. And if I take that there is right at the 50%. So what does that tell you? And it says down. It says down. So we're at this situation or predicament. Do we take the trade or do we not?
No.
Now you can see after the fact, it went the wrong way, but there was a volume burst. And on a 1 minute, you could actually do that nice trade for a win. To be perfectly honest, you would have probably got maybe 1% or even 2%. But as you're a 5 minute man, so I'm trying to stick to the 5 minute, show you how to use it. We get another volume burst in the market. Okay, and it goes down. Now, at this point, this is not here. This is not here at this time when this happens, just so you know. Again, it's at the 50%. If you were to enter that point there, you see, because that's the close of that, and if you happen to put your stop loss above there, I don't know what rules you apply for stop loss, it may not achieve even 0.5%. So that one may be a loss if you stay on the 5 minute, which what you do. Yep, and another one there. That's if you take it, but if you would not take that, because what does that green mean? Does green mean sell or does it mean buy?
It's buy.
So you would just wait for it to have confirmation, either break through there or break above there. Yeah, so that's all you do. So break above there. If you wish the confirmation, or you can break down to a lower time frame, stop loss below this low that's inbuilt. Look left. If you've got the 30-minute trader one, that candle there and that candle there would be highlighted. That one right there. And does it achieve that? It does. Again, thank you very much. Hi, Damo. Hope you're doing well.
How you doing, mate? Sorry, I
nice.
just seen the link, mate.
It's okay. Quite nice. We've got the other Jeff. We've got Grant. We've got Nick. We've got Ian, Anne, and yourself. If I've missed anybody, please shout out. It's one of these open things. I've not done one for a while. Okay, so I get another win. So we're at here. We now have a low. Sorry, that's what it came. Then we still have the high up here. So always remember, you're doing this. Where's the 50%? It's close to the 50%. Other thing you could look at is the time of the day. The time of the day is actually okay. 1300 is normally a good time. Yep, but it's in the mid-range, so just be very careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change days. I could carry on if you like. Let me open up to what the audience want. Ian, Damo, Anne, the other Jeff, Grant.
Sorry, Jeff, I was just jumping in.
What
you looking at?
Do you want me to look at anything else in particular, or a particular time of the day?
No, I'd always want you to look at gold, but you know me,
Yeah,
that's very selfish.
You can look at gold for me, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Who was that,
not
please?
Not that I'm having much trouble with it, mind you.
You certainly are not. You certainly are not. Let me just check what this is. And let's go back to the start of the week again. Straight away, look at that there. Look at the power of that there. Let me see what time this was Thursday. Is this one okay, or does somebody want me to do a particular other day?
No, this is lovely.
Okay, well, so we'll just take it from there. So I'll just go back just a little bit, but I'm focused on there. We've got a green here. I'm also aware of, I'm on the 5-minute time frame, a high there. So let's just do the exact same. There's no point changing the rulers just for one and the other. So it's at the midpoint. So just be careful. But what we've just had, we've had this green, you want to call it a base right there. So I think there's support and resistance when it breaks through a previous support, comes back up, breaks through it, it comes down, has a little breakthrough, and then takes off. Now, I say to people, develop your own rules, what works for you. We've all been around, I believe most of us here have been around trading for some time. Yep. So you've got your own entry systems, but if you're fearful of getting in off these bases or the stabilizers, you've got this line here. And once you've got some space there, do as you wish, but you have to remember we have this here, then we have this here. But as long as you have that finger on the stop loss, just let it run. But let's just look at it once again. Would it be okay if I placed the entry on that candle just there? Since that's closed through, would that be okay? Would that be fair? Or would it be cheating?
Yes, mate. That's fine.
Yeah, it's all about being honest. First target is up there. Because we'll have a red stabilizer and this red thing that extends. Yep. Whatever name I call that, the target that extends. So if you choose to exit there, hallelujah. Thank you very much. You can lock in 0.5%, you can walk away, thanks, done for the day, or you can let the trade run. You can use something else to help you stay in longer. But let's just, two ways to look at this. As long as it exits just below that green line there, see that there? So you might consider, I'm going to exit the trade there. Or you might want to say, well, it's just like a speed bump. In Scotland, but these things called sleeping policemen. When you're driving in your car and you're going along, there's in a pedestrian area, it's like things to slow you down. They call them sleeping policemen in Scotland. What do they call them where you're from, Grant? You have them on the road? Little bumps in the road to keep you slow?
Yeah, speed bump.
Oh, speed bump, yeah, them. that's the basic way. Yeah, thank you.
State of the roads in the UK now, Jeff. They don't need to put them in anymore. The potholes do the job for them.
Yeah. So you have a choice of getting out of these sleeping police bumps, but you notice it goes sideways and then it goes up straight above it. So if you want to stay in the trade, you certainly could. If you want to exit, you could. It's a personal choice. Right there. That's it goes up, but then it does. You've now got a decision to make here. But some people would get scared as that hits there and it comes down. Would that make sense? It goes up there and that huge, it's a spike and it comes back into 50% of that candle there. I'll see that again, it comes into 50% of that candle there. Has anyone here heard of that before, 50% or anything like that? Yeah, so we just take that high to the low and it just passed the 50% and then carried on. I know it's hard to tell sometimes, so I'll do that again. So I'll take that off.
Yeah, you've not included the wick though on that, and then you've included the wick on where it's gone past 50%. So why is that?
I'm not understanding what you said, Anne.
Right, you see where you're looking at the bull candle there.
Yeah, that there.
But you're not including the wick when you're measuring it.
No, that's correct.
I'm not. You're not including your wick, are you? If you included the wick, then in fact the spike down wouldn't be. It would be probably just touching the 50%. Yeah, I'm just wondering why you're doing the measuring with and without wicks.
I only do the bodies. You want to do the wicks?
On the spike down, you've spiked. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Got you.
Here's there.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
No, that's fine. I just wondered why you're measuring the wick on one and not the other, sir.
Yeah. Maybe it's out a fraction. Maybe bring it down ever so slightly. Maybe something like there. There and there. Yeah, just being completely honest, it broke through just a little bit. But if you're listening to what Anne's saying, well, Jeff, I actually just hit it if you're actually doing that there. But and would be spot on if you're doing the wick to wick. And you can do it as you wish as well. I'm just showing you what I do.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was asking, why, you know, you're thinking, obviously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyway, it comes to that. And then if you're in doubt, exit the trade. Be happy. Thank you very much. And if you want to get back in, because we're still in the impulse is still rising. As it goes beyond that, it breaks through there. If you want to, it's still above, it's broken above. It's green and it's still rising. It's still rising. It's still rising. So we're looking left. We're looking left for targets. You know all this stuff. But because there's no immediate target, you have to be real. There's no targets on this 5-minute time frame. There might be something in an hour. So you've got to be really careful. And one of the reasons for adding this was because we don't have a crystal ball. We don't want to. So as long as it's staying above there, people, as this comes back down, and people are feeling more confident as they can let the trades run a little bit more. It hits this. This doesn't happen yet. This doesn't happen until that candle there. So when that candle happens there, you see this little red block here at that candle. You do not see this red block yet. That doesn't happen until here. At that point there, you're under the green. It's finished. This here is the exit. Why? Because it's underneath the green. Would that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, definitely.
The people that have got the software or the people in the mentoring program. I know there's people here just having a look at this to see where they're at. I think, in fact, yes. We have another one of these here. I'll carry on. May as well stay in the 5-minute on gold. Personally, I don't trade on gold, but I know some people do. So we've got this here. It is coming down, but that's just a volume burst in the market. This one again is at this time here. It's underneath that. We've got an area here. Got an area here. This hasn't happened yet. If I'm looking left, I'm looking left, I'm looking left. I'll be very careful. And you can see where it goes to. So when that happens, it comes back up and it starts drawing this green. This starts drawing this green, meaning a buy. I'd be cautious if you entered there. I don't know if you would have had anything to write home about there. Yeah, if you did enter there, stop loss perhaps above that yellow, as I've said in previous. And let's see where we're at. So have you had that and it's seen it going sideways? I'd be cautious. It's going sideways. It's perhaps covered your broker spread, and that's really about it. Would that make sense?
Yep.
Yes, mate.
Not the greatest of trades, so I would not feel that confident. Yes, it does.
No.
Just being honest with you again. Go sideways. Let's wait for the next one. You can either take advantage of these or not. It's up to yourself. There's another one. One of these volume bursts in the market. It says to me, Jeff, we've hit this high. This is extended across. It started extending across. It's come down, back up. We've had another red stabilizer. It's now underneath that. Like, okay, it's not in this grey area yet, but depending on your confidence, you either enter there or there. Now it's after the fact. You can see that, but hey, we've had this red. Few red stabilizers. But straight away, with targets here, 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 here. Right there. So there's to there, more than 0.5%. So for some people, they would exit the trade there. Thank you very much. But if you think about the other reason to bring this in was to help people stay in longer. You can stay as long as we have a green stabilizer. So when we get a green stabilizer, it's actually off of this green stabilizer. You've got decisions to make, but that green stabilizer won't appear to you until there. Question you've got to ask yourself, do you close the trade there or do you wait till the whole candle breaks above it? If that at all. So these are the decisions you have to make yourself. But if
you've already locked it, sorry, if you've already locked in your profit, then if it does turn around like that, it'll take you out, and you would have got your profit anyway.
That's right. So it might have
That's
been you
not
locked in 0.5% as an example, and it's not reached it yet. So that when it comes down, you might want to say, no, I'm going to lock in 1%. These are the decisions. And if that's what you do, like, and you don't need all these trades. Let's go to the next one. There. Thank you very much. Okay, it's in a down zone. You can obviously see that. So we see this left here, so we see the potential target here. It's came from that. It is round about halfway. Let's be honest about it. We also see this here. We're looking left. It's under the green. It closes there. No, it actually closes there, actually. Do we take this or do we not? So let's take it from there. This would obviously go above there. You have to watch your broker spread. Whatever rules, those people that trade gold, do you have a set stop loss? Those people that trade gold?
Yeah, I use 8 pip stop loss on a 1 minute time frame.
Okay, this is a 5 minute, but yeah. And yourself,
Well,
Anne?
no, on 5 minute as well. No, anything below 5 minute, I use 8 pips.
Okay, Anne, what do you use?
I look. I look
You're a
stop
looker.
loss. Yeah.
I heard you're a bit of a looker, like, you know.
Ha ha.
Yeah, so there we go.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
So there we go. There's 8, but you're a looker. Yep, it's got that there. So choices. I know it looks a bit busy at the moment, but as you can see there, again, closed. But I actually think it was there, to be honest. I'm being completely honest with you, down there, closed there. So then with this here, depends on, let me just do that again. This one, it's actually, it's weird, this broker. So where is that there? It's vanished. I'll do that. Oh, that's it there. Let this indicator happen again. There we go. So that's it there. So therefore, a stop loss would have to go above there. Or if we do 8 pips, you might be stopped out with that one. Yep. So if you look left, it's a little bit higher. These wicks. That's where being a looker sometimes is useful. So well done, Anne, for being a looker. Try my best to flatter you. Never mind. So just remember these wicks.
It's a bit early on a Sunday morning here for that.
Yeah, sorry. Yep. So you can see there, the body stays underneath there. You can see the danger of these green. And also this one is in an area, this area, have you got this into this one is looking for liquidity. We're looking to either go above a recent high or below a low. And that comes really close when it comes down there to taking that out there. It comes really close. And you don't need it all. You don't need it all. But anyway, again, you can see we're looking for the bodies. 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 It stays all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. It hits something, but that we hit this green thing here. That has not appeared. That's not happened yet. We do not see this. So I'm going to put that there so you don't see that. But what you do see is this here. It's come down. We know this here. This candle's coming back up. Then you've got this next one here coming through there. So depending on your exit, again, the exit would be either probably there or there. I'm being very honest with these. Why there? It's disappeared again. I don't know why that happened. So you'd rather have 1.2. I think it's my internet actually here. Why there? Because you see it coming back up. Or there, because it's the close of that candle. Or if you'd locked in 0.5% or 1% profit on the way down, or 1.5% profit on the way down, locking in every 0.5% as you go down, securing that profit. So when it does come back to try and take you out, it just closes your trade and you're a happy person. Does anybody here have a trailing stop, whether it be manually or electronically?
Yeah, manually I do, mate, when I'm in a trade.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah, I use one majority of the time.
Yep. Good. Grant, do you have any questions?
No, I'm just taking it all in.
Now, so I've showed gold, I showed AUD, USD. Does anyone have a desire for anything else?
Euro,
Okay.
USD.
Euro, USD. Is that what we've said? Euro, USD?
Yeah.
Any particular day?
Anytime, really, mate.
Okay, so pick a day. I'm just trying to be completely transparent. But don't use NFP that was on Friday. I think you said you had a nice couple of wins on Friday, but let's just be a bit normal about it. Okay. Give me a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of last week.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Thank you very much. And what particular time frame ish? Your morning?
Yeah. 7 a.m.
Yes, 7 a.m., which is 0200 Eastern Standard. So that Euro USD, press auto, that'll go back to that time. There we go there. So completely transparent. We are aware of this here. We're looking left. I'm looking for a high. I'm looking for the high. I'm looking for the high. Just a minute. So we have to be careful as we don't see a high. You see that? Sticking on the 5 minute. That's it there. That there. Is it Wednesday you said or a Tuesday?
Wednesday.
That was it there. 2 a.m., which is your 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So you see, it just came from the hit off that there. It came down to this zone here. Thank you very much. Which was the top of that there. So if you think of breaker blocks, order blocks, think about support and resistance. Take that high there, and you take it all the way across to there. That's where rejects and it comes back up. Okay. Now I'm not saying you would enter the trade there. You could if you wished. You could have dropped down to 1 minute. You could have did something else. But I'm just trying to say, well, based on time, you could have waited. No, Jeff. Why did we jump to there? I'm confused now.
7 a.m.
We're looking left. We're looking
2
left.
a.m. EST.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the market. So we're at
Yeah.
this area here at a crucial point. So it's going to bounce a break off that, isn't it? So most people would say, well, I'm going to wait. I would recommend wait for it to break through and to do a retest. So where you either go down to a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, whatever. When it retest, you can carry on. I don't know what other confirmations people have. You might have a particular indicator. You might have, I don't know, whatever it makes sense to you. And you might have an oscillator. But as you can see, that once it breaks through there and you see it sting this side, you can stay in the trade all the way up. As it's breaking through here, still staying above that, your finger on the button, staying on the trade, comes close. This red line is not there until that candle. That's when it appears. You don't see this here yet. It comes down. You see a little bit. You see a little. I'll show you what you would see, just so you know. You would see that. You would see that. You see it's wick through there. You see that. You see it coming down, but it's still this side. And at that, you will either break through, exit there, or as you see this line coming down. Would that be fair enough, Nick, since you asked about that time?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I think that would be fair there. Put your stop loss either there or even just the other side of that. Or even you might even say, don't know actually. Yeah, below there possibly, but there for a bit more safety. It's up underneath these wicks there. And just trail that all the way up. You can either exit there as you're going up, every 0.5% locking it in. Now you see it does go there to nearly 3%. So if you'd locked in at 2.5 or 2%, even if it did come down here and hit that, that's another trade.
Yeah.
Time and time again. We got another one. So I'm just taking every yellow indicator. I'm just focused on the yellow ones. So that was 2. That was 2 there. That was 3. So the 3 EM that worked, both of them worked well. And I know there's a couple of people who trade EUR, EUD and EUR USD at that time. Very nice, that time and that time. Here's another one indicator here. So this is, since you asked for this one, this is your midday. I know there's some people who like to trade at midday if they're working at lunch. So what we've got here with that one, it just came from a green box. By now you do see the green box, because what you would see is this. At that point there, you would see that there. It's just came from this high to the low. The green box has appeared. You've had that there. So we have a target here, natural target, and we have, I would say, this and this for liquidity above there as well. So you've got choices. What would your choices be, Nick? Since anybody else can enter as well.
Well, it's in like a little bit of consolidation there, but I'd probably be a little bit hesitant to get in first of all.
So let's just take this.
I'd probably wait for a little bit more of a confirmation, like that it's on a stronger pull up above that line, and make that red line up there, like you said, the top one, my target.
I'm trying not to show anything. That candle there, right? That candle there. We've got these highs there. See these two highs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got the body of these. So just be aware of that. I don't know if it comes down below them, but I would just be aware of that. That's what you're hesitant of. Just be aware of that. But would you want one more candle?
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. You don't have to make it yes, so let's just do one more candle.
Well, I would have probably might have got in where that little grey candle is above your icon thing there, above your cursor.
I'm not sure what you mean. Sorry, we're here.
Yeah,
would you enter here?
No, that's saying that grey one that you was at first of all. Well, I would have got in somewhere there. Yeah, once it's above the line. Yeah.
Yeah, it was always above the line. So the close of that candle there, right about there.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I'm just asking. So the close of that one right there. By doing this, I'm just trying to be fair. So people can, if people are looking to purchase this software or join the mentoring or even in it, so they can learn. So we have a target up here.
Yeah.
We have any other targets? We've got 50% on this target. We've got these bodies here as targets. So we can get the wick. So let's bring that down to there. So I'm going to just take, what would that be?
That would be just over 0.5%.
So that'd be just short of 0.5%. So that'd be okay. So if you get 0.5% and you win it, you'd be quite happy. But let's just take this away.
I would do a trailing stop 0.5% at a time anyway, however far it went up.
Okay, so let's remove this. I'll extend this.
Yeah.
And you see now, as it comes back down, you've got decisions to make as it starts spiking. It starts spiking. Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually fails to break through that line. But let's focus on the candles for a minute. Let's focus on and not the indicators. Let's focus on the candles. That's the bit that's important. Yeah.
The candles never actually broke through. I mean,
your entry was there.
Yeah.
And look at that, straight across. They don't actually ever break through. No. You just got to make sure you have a big enough stop loss for these wicks. Yeah. So that's the important thing. So I'm going to put that one back on. As it continues, testing the line all the way up. And at this point here, we have a decision to make. Where was that?
Yeah, that'd be your first initial main target. But like I said, if you're trailing it at like 0.5% at a time, you gradually keep moving it up, don't you? So
below there, I'm just highlighting things. I'm highlighting things because what I like is to have targets. So let you know, well, that one might be about 10 minutes. It could be half an hour. It might be an hour, but it's called a 30-minute trader. So people got on with their lives. I've shown you today lots of trades. I'm not cherry picking. I'm just checking every single volume burst in the market. Every single, there's another one that I forgot about. Never seen it because we're on a nice trade already. Now that point we get a decision to make at 4.553%. And as long as we stay this side of the line, we stay in the trade. And it just goes and goes and goes. But some people may say, guess what? I've got home to go to. I'm at work. Or I've got work to go to. I've got a dog to walk. I've got dishes to do. I have to go to the school. So I can't take that. I cannot take advantage of that 12% that's there because I don't have the time.
Well, if you take that 12%, mate, I'd say you could be done for a couple of weeks. You wouldn't need to trade for a couple of weeks, would you, really?
Well, let's just check on the time that took from there. So that's too long. That's 3 hours. Some people, it's called a 30-minute trader, but some people wouldn't hold that for as long because it looks a lot different on a 5-minute. But if you do have the time, or if you have a trailing stop loss system set up,
yeah,
you can take advantage of that potential exit here, depending on how close you have it. But you definitely be out round about there as it breaks through there.
That would have been nice, that.
Demo. And that's what's possible if you have the time to watch, and it wasn't in 30 minutes, just to be completely transparent. But for those people that do have the time to sit at home, I've shown you many today, taking there's a win, there's a win, there's a win, there's a win. Just taking these yellow indicators. They don't all win, but the majority certainly do. Just wait for it to cross the line. Anne, were you going to say something there, please?
No. No.
No, just double checking. Ian, any questions? I'm just going to close the show. Just because I thought we did a nice, those people at home that are looking to get involved. Unfortunately, you can't get involved this month. We're actually closed the Inner Circle group because it's full. Simple as that. We might open up at the end of the month, but at the moment it's full. I'm happy with the numbers we have. Sudkahar, do you have any questions, please? You've been watching from behind the shadow of Mr. Trading Invest. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, Jeff. Thanks. Yeah, just
look at the power of this, Sudkahar. Got that there. It comes from a red zone. It just stays this side. So I've installed the 30-minute trader direction to help with the direction. First exit is here. If you're happy to exit there, thanks very much. If you want to have a trailing stop, keep it coming at 0.5%, and eventually it goes over there and comes back. That's the type of thing we're talking about. Some people would say this is just too simple. I wouldn't say it's simple. I heard someone say the other day they're getting 0.5% too easy, quite simple, quite easy, I think, in the group people said. But I think it's very effective, whatever way you look at it.
Daylight robbery.
Well, the thing is, it may seem like daylight robbery, but some people actually still get emotional. Can you imagine that, Nick?
Yeah.
I'm teasing Nick on purpose.
I wouldn't know who. I wouldn't know who, man.
So we just came from a green box. So at this point here, got the ear. Just got to be very careful because with this high here, with this low here, your initial target's here. But you can see that it came from this high, this here. So it's just saying, it could go beyond there, but I don't know. It comes back down. You've got decisions to make. Doesn't quite break through, and it continues. And as long as you're doing a trailing stop, as you can see, that one wins, that one wins, that one wins. There's another one. Does that get the direction right? Yes, it does. I'm going to stop the show. Questions, learnings, or discoveries? I
don't have no questions. I've just learned and discovered that it all seems pretty amazing, really.
Because you're 007.
Yes.
Sorry?
I said compared to past events, like it seems quite amazing, really, and it looks very, very interesting. It looks very, looks good.
Thank you very much for saying that. Let me come back. So discoveries, Sudgaha?
I just joined, Jeff. Yeah, it's looking good, Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, just so you know, the mentoring is full. Just so you know, I know you were looking to get back involved, but it is full. It's just I've been a personal agreement, and I'm happy with that. So I might open up at the end of the month, depending on circumstances. We'll see how it goes. But we'll have a chat afterwards. Grant, do you have any questions at all?
Those extra indicators that you have on it, is that added to the software or is that a new software?
That's added and new. So do you not have that at all?
No.
Okay, well, let's get you that straight away.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. I'm working on things constantly. Trying to make it easier. We had a couple of people in mentoring group who still couldn't quite see it, although I thought it was quite simple with a couple of boxes. So I said, what can I do that they're not seeing it? What they're not seeing? They're not seeing us. There's the target. So I created something with the red and green boxes coming along to say, well, look, there's it. Then they say, now I get it. Then I said, well, what about the fear of reversing? Well, created a nice plot line, as you can see, as it was going up there, something, but still clear. I'm trying to make it clean charts, but still focusing on the candles. Yeah, and they're using the plot green line to help support the condition of the trade as it's trade management. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's all one-to-one with you with that. Ian, do you have any considerations, thoughts, observations? Ian's maybe perhaps busy.
There you go, mate.
Any questions? Anything you'd like to share?
No, all good. You know, I'm using it. Yeah, that demo accounts I took the other week. Obviously finished on Friday. That was 14 demo that I was doing just on gold.
And if I may ask, how did you do with that? Up, down, back, break even?
It was $100,000 demo. In 14 days, it finished at 320,000.
320,000.
We're up a little bit.
So
we're up a little bit.
Would you say is that like 300% growth in 2 weeks? Is that what you're saying?
200. So 100K to start with, starting fund, and then there's 220,000 profit in 14 days.
So the very first month you did 100%, 180% growth. You basically made that look chicken feed, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes. So well done, mate.
We're going to go live. We're going to go live again very soon.
Yeah. Well done. I'm really pleased with you. Excellent. Ian, Mr. Ricard, are you there, Richard? Ian? No. Anne and Quinn, can you hear me okay? I'm not sure who can hear me.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Thanks, and sometimes my accent gets in the way, so I apologise for if not being very clear there. Any observations on what you've seen today, Anne, and to assist you? Anything about anything?
No, it's like anything. It's when you're looking at something that's new, I think you have to look at it again. Well, I do again and again, because each time you look at it, it just becomes that little bit clearer, you know. So until you go, aha, have it now.
Yep. Well, thanks for that, and I appreciate that. You're correct. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's just tiny little things. You know, it's things like, why were you using the wick on that one and not the other? And it may seem so insignificant, but when you put all the tiny little pieces together, it does make a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So thank you.
And I appreciate the questions, because it adds clarity not only for Anne, but adds clarity for everybody else and also me. And it keeps me doing things correct. So thank you. So if nobody's any other questions, any observations, anything you'd like to share, I'd like to thank you for being here today. And if those people at home watching, I'd like to thank these people for jumping on. So thank you. And a huge well done for Mr. Demo on your over 320% growth in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, and I still was working a full-time business.
Yep.
So,
And yep, have a great day. And Grant, I'll catch up with you in 5 minutes if you've got time.
Yeah, too early.
Right. Bye, everybody.
Hello,
And
mate.
Ian, take care, mate. Everybody,
Cheers.
well done.